So Joe Rogan is a Bernie bro, and the left, the intersectionality folks, are losing their damn minds. Here's why Joe Rogan says he's going to vote for Bernie Sanders in the 2020 primary.
Who are you going to vote for in the primary?
I think I'll probably vote for Bernie. Him as a human being, when I was hanging out with him, and I believe in him. I like him a lot. What Bernie stands for is a guy who, well, look, you could dig up dirt on every single human being that's ever existed if you catch them in their worst moment, and you magnify those moments, and you cut out everything else, and you only display those worst moments. That said, you can't find very many with Bernie. He's been insanely consistent his entire life. He's basically been saying the same thing, been for the same thing his whole life. And that, in and of itself, is a very powerful structure to operate from.
Yeah. I mean, Joe Rogan has a good point there, and I agree. That's why I was a Bernie guy in 2016. Not only that he wasn't Clinton and for his foreign policy, but I knew what I was getting with Bernie Sanders. Like, we all know the guy really is a socialist and has sympathies for socialist and communist regimes and all that. And a lot of his strongest supporters are actual communists. If you've seen the Project Veritas videos, there's actual like staffers talking about putting people they disagree with in gulags and re-educating them. That's not a good look, but yeah, Bernie is really fucking consistent in what he stands for, and that's what drew Joe Rogan to him. And this endorsement by Joe Rogan is absolutely fucking huge because Joe Rogan is as big as MSNBC and CNN. If you see from his main channel, Powerful Joe Rogan, he gets 809,000 views a day. That's more than all CNN and most MSNBC hosts. And if you look for JRE clips, if I can find JRE clips here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. I mean JRE clips, he gets as much big of an audience as he does on his Joe Rogan show. I mean, like if you compare it to MSNBC and CNN, it's about as big. MSNBC gets 4 million. Joe Rogan gets close to 1 million. And CNN gets 3 million. Joe Rogan is right there in influence in the mainstream media. And the thing is, his endorsement reaches normies who might be, might be susceptible to Trump because he has an outsider, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, Rogan's endorsement to Bernie will say the guy that might be leaning for Trump, like, yeah, Trump, yeah. I mean, I trust Rogan's brain on this. You know what I'm saying? I might go for Bernie because he really does seem to be anti-establishment, rather than Trump, who says anti-establishment, but then doesn't go against the grain when it comes to their foreign policy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still doing neocon shit in Iraq and against Iran for the service of Israel. You know what I'm saying? But unsurprisingly, a lot of the intersectional woke left are losing their minds about Rogan's endorsement. Like this guy, Eli Valley. Like, Rogan can vote wherever he wants, but I don't think the Bernie campaign should be telling a transphobic creep. That's a big problem with the left, you know what I'm saying? Like these purity spirals, you know what I'm saying? They don't really think, you know what I'm saying? They don't really think pragmatically. They think, they're not really pragmatic thinkers. They're more idealistic thinkers. You know what I'm saying? They think so idealistically. They just can't have to be like all pure stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they don't realize not everybody's pure. Everybody has their problems. Everybody has baggage. Even Bernie. Bernie got serious baggage in the 2020 election. I mean, the guy. The guy is a communist. I mean, the guy is a socialist. You know what I'm saying? He's a straight up social democrat, very similar to Jerry Corbyn. I mean, their platforms are basically the same, and Corbyn got BTFO'd in the UK election. So yeah, there is a lot of baggage with Bernie, especially like his sympathies with communist regimes, especially in the Cold War era. And a lot of boomer liberals are Cold War era, and yeah, they're not going to be down with like some like communism or socialism. I mean, communism and socialism basically the same thing. let's keep it real here. Like PJW, leftists all over Twitter trashing Bernie. They say Rogan. I mean, that's all because Joe Rogan has guests. I mean, he brings in folks like Gavin McInnes, Milo Yiannopoulos, Stefan Molyneux. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of folks from the right. You know what I'm saying? Brings a lot of folks from the right and has a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like he pushes back a lot, but a lot of times he do agrees with their points of view. You know what I'm saying? That really pisses off the left a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because they expect like confrontations all the time against people with different views. It's just weird, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a weird mentality because I come from an age where, you know what I'm saying, like, you can disagree with someone politically, but you can still be cool with them as a friend. But a lot of the left, they see someone, like, talking to a right-winger, they're like, oh, man, you associate with the alt-right. You associate with Nazis. You're a bigot. Da-da-da. It's beyond ridiculous, and that's a big reason why the left loses. Like, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Zaid or Zaid Jelani? He already said real shit on Twitter. Follow this guy. This guy is Zaid Jelani. He's one of the few liberals that just spits real shit, man. He's one of the few of the real ones out there. Joe Rogan gets around 200 million views a month. That's 15 people on his website act like it's possible to close it out and pretend he doesn't exist and isn't very influential because of disagreements with him about a couple of things. He's fucked. Yeah, Joe Rogan is mainstream. He is absolute mainstream who normies get. This is just a huge endorsement for Bernie. I mean, he has really good momentum right now in Iowa, and the Democratic establishment is starting to lose their minds because Obama might speak out against Bernie Sanders. And let me load that up. Sorry about that. Go a little free form here. Let's see here. Let that load. Yeah, you get some free form stuff here. Like Obama considering intervening. I mean, that's not really Obama style because Obama style is really using surrogates to do the dirty work for him instead of speaking directly. You know what I'm saying? Because he still wants to be seen as the cool guy. You know what I'm saying? Obama still got that cool reputation about him, and he'll lose that by speaking openly against Bernie Sanders, who a lot of millennials like, a lot of the young Democrats like. And a former Obama campaign manager called Bernie Sanders the worst candidate to beat Trump because of his sympathies for socialism. It's Jim Messina. Yeah, exactly. He's working for the Tories of Britain. But yeah, I can definitely see like a Neera Tanden style Democrats going hard against Bernie if he's the nominee. I can see them going really hard against Bernie and even supporting Trump. You know what I'm saying? Because to a lot of never Trump guys, they might vote for Trump against Bernie. That Bernie will be their line because the guy is, he is the real deal socialist. He's the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the right mirrors Democrats and socialists, but Bernie is the real deal. So. Yeah, man. Yeah, this is giving Bernie got a lot of momentum going on for the Democrat nomination, and this is a really good endorsement for him. So, if you like what I'm saying, follow John Clem 310 on Twitter. Give me a like if you feel this video, and subscribe and share my video around if you support me. You know what I'm saying? Because the YouTube algorithm is not going to give a lot of love to a like 1,000. I mean, I'm a small time YouTuber from California with a black libertarian perspective. So, have a good night, y'all.